welcome to the latest edition of the Get Up and Go Show. This is Anne Marie Morales of The Art of Healing, and today my guest is the incomparable Annegret Held. She has an incredible life story. Besides being a amazing channel and medium and a dear, dear friend. So without further ado, welcome Annegret Held. One. Welcome, Annegret, to the Get Up and Go Show.
Oh, hi. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's been a long time.
Really? But we've seen us in person in USA. That was a
Yeah.
really nice time. Yeah.
Oh, it was. For those of you who don't know, Annegret had done a retreat, and I was able to go to it and finally meet her in person. But before we start talking about that, why don't you tell our viewers a little bit about yourself? You're such a fascinating lady.
Okay. So first of all, I apologize for my hair. I have corona hair, and my daughter said you look like a drug dealer. And then she started to cut my hair and cut and was laughing all the time. Now I look like my aunt Hilka. But that's how it is. But okay. So my life is a bit unusual, so I need your patience. I grew up in a little village in Germany, and it was a very loving, nice part. Uh, when I was little, I didn't know anything about Nazis or anything, but I grew up with an uncle. He had only one arm. I had an uncle. He had no nose.
Oh,
I
wow.
had an uncle who had only some fingers. We had crazy people, but that was normal, and soldiers everywhere because they had to look at us that we don't do something bad again. So this was a bit okay. It burdened my soul a lot, but I was always praying lady, or I love to go to Mother Mary and bring her flowers and sweet sensation when I did that. So a part of me was living very idyllic and praying, la 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 la, and the other side of the world, I thought can be so cruel and horrible. And I got a teenager, and I wanted to know the whole truth, the only truth, and nothing but the truth. And when I finished my school, I was quite bad at school, but I thought I had an urge to study reality. I wanted to study reality. And then there was a job offer at the police, and it was for the first German police woman in a uniform. And I thought, oh, I don't belong to that. I'm more a spiritual person. I'm a literature person. I was writing a lot and publishing all little articles and tried to write a book. But I thought this is such a chance. You will see so many. You will see murderers. You will see prostitutes. You will see drug dealers. You will see the good and bad sides of life. And so I did it, and I stayed several years and was driving patrol car, and I had a gun, and I saw the prostitutes, and I saw the murderers, and I saw a lot of heartbreaking things. Um, yeah, and in that time I wrote a book about that. That was my first book published. Was Diary of a Policewoman.
Wow.
Yeah, that went out, and yeah. After this was so spectacular that I was in all talk shows. This was the big time, when Oprah Winfrey came, when they started with talk shows. So this was brand new. I was a brand new policewoman and brand new talk shows, and I was traveling a year only.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Look at you, all star and everything.
That fame is over so soon. I thought I'm famous forever, but a year later, nobody knew me anymore. But they made a film from that book. Yeah.
Get Oh,
And then I started writing, and writing, when I was writing, I don't know how long I shall talk about myself, but okay. When I was writing, after this, I started to write novels, all stories about my village and all the little jobs that I did. I published, I think, 10 books. So, and but when I was writing, I was always praying for the right idea, and then suddenly you got the inspiration like this, and bam, and you were inspired. And I was always interested, where does this come from? And then there came the first spiritual esoteric shops, and I was attracted and went there secretly and bought little pyramids and was reading channeling books and tarot cards. And yeah, and so I got into that scene. I started to channel secretly at the age 23, 24, 28. And yeah, and suddenly my hands started to move in the meditation. And I thought, wow, that's weird. I knew it was not me.
mhm.
And we were writing on the paper, a lot of big swirls and letters. We did uja, but what the spiritual people practice and try and exercise. Did all of them. Yeah, and then I started to hear the voices clearer and better and stronger. And when the hand began to move, I was, I think, 27. Suddenly the hand made this.
Ah,
And I thought, I was raised so Catholic. I thought, oh, that's Jesus. That's Jesus or the devil pretending to be Jesus. I was
right.
frightened. I was
Yeah.
shocked. And I thought, I'm stopping that. This is getting weird. I didn't believe a single second that it was Jesus. And I stopped it for years. And then one day I heard in my ear, channeling Jesus. I heard it and I put it in YouTube. And then I found Tina Louise Spalding
Mhm,
and it made bam.
mm,
So I spent years of studying, went to her seminars, read all books of Neil Donald Walsh, and then did the Course in Miracles. And then the development was very fast.
right.
And one day the spirits said to me, mm, I used the spirits to doing household things because when I was, they used my hands, and when I was sleepy or drunken or anything or late, and it was all too much. They asked, can you do? And they slip in my hand. They are very fast, even taxis. And after years, I did this secretly. And one day, then the spirits told me, "You allow us to use your hands. You allow us." What is this? You allow us to do your housework, something. You allow us this, you allow us that. Why don't you allow us to use your lips, your nose, and your voice? Yeah. So I became a channeler.
Wow. That's spectacular story.
Yeah.
That's an amazing story.
I tried to make it short because
No,
nobody.
that's the whole point. I mean, I want to get to know you a little bit better. I want to,
Mhm.
introduce you to other people. Because you're just an amazing person, amazing story. So
But you are a singer yourself, you know that there's always inspiration. Your voice is inspired, your art, your longing for art
yeah,
is inspired, writing is inspired, dancing is inspired.
yeah,
So there's always a channel.
yeah. I mean, you obviously are spirit led all the time, correct? I mean, they're with you like they're with me all the time. What ways now are you moving forward? What is spirit directing you to do now?
So we are right now in a huge, I feel like in a washing machine.
Yeah.
There's so much new beginnings, and I was
Yeah.
exhausted. I felt the old ways don't work anymore. I have a news show, Galactic Council of Annegret, and many things. Then I worked the whole time with Ken Berenson, who did a great job and who did tremendously help me to put up all the homepage and all those social media things. And that's not my core competence. So he did that. But he is now moving to another place. He's going to Netherlands.
Okay.
For me, it's time, then there was everything. Ken went away, Corona, we couldn't leave the house, the
Right.
village, the financial situation, and I got exhausted
Mm, mm.
and anxious and exhausted. What are you doing? And to be honest, I was suffering a lot under all the conspiracy theories, and it
Yeah.
did not resonate with me. I thought, that is dark shit. Excuse me. I love everybody to death who believes in it. I have my best friends believe that Bill Gates is an evil person,
I
created the chips. And that's not my thing. I don't want to offend anybody, but for me, that's way too dark. We
know.
have to be lightful. We have to bring joy. We have to bring passion. I give a shit about the cabal. I give a shit about the cabal.
Mhm.
We have to use our power here. So
That's
that's,
right. That's right. And I've had a conversation with another fellow that I met through all the our conspiratory uh the groups that I'm involved in with that. And he's also very, very spiritual. His name is Simon Essler. And we had a wonderful conversation about it's different between knowing about it but then going towards that. It's okay to know about it. I think you need to know about it so that you understand how important your light work is, because
hmm,
the light work is what's going to destroy the darkness, right?
yeah.
So
Hmm.
it's a fine line because we want to it messes with our heads. You're absolutely right.
Hmm.
Absolutely right. So in now that are things easing up, you're in Germany right now. So what's the situation over there?
He
In,
is very good.
it's
We are folks, we are not the best, probably don't have the best lovers on earth. We are not the most romantic. We are not the best dancers. We believe in science and have discipline like the Japanese. So we had a lot of public discussions in television and everywhere, and the scientists sat together, the politicians sat together, the journalists sat together, and it was really a loving conversation. What do we do? So everybody was involved, and
Mhm.
then we followed the science, and we hold the strict quarantine and all those things, and now we are doing very good. So
Do
here's
you do you have
nobody.
to wear a mask?
Yes, we
You
have to in shops. So the restaurants are open, but you have to keep distance. And
do?
of course, they are measuring all the time. They are testing, and as soon as there's an outbreak again, that gets closed again.
Mm,
So it's very, very careful, very, very loving, and
okay.
we are happy here.
Well, good. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
That's really good to hear. So tell me about your personal joys, the things that you do on a daily basis that bring you such deep peace, whether it be a meditation or playing with an animal or cooking. What kind of things do you do as Annegret, the 3D human,
Yeah.
to find peace and joy and love in your life?
Yeah. First of all, we have a gorgeous nature here. So I really love to go outside, not only because spirits tell me that would be good, but because I really see this beauty is overwhelming. And every day it looks different. A path never looks the same like yesterday. And then the morning is different like in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to say something wrong. I'm only a human being. Many times I get awake in the morning and think, oh, fuck, I'm on this planet. Oh, no. Oh, no. And I say, oh, what, why another day? And oh, no. And then I crawl to the coffee machine. I crawl to my sofa and look something stupid like Linda G. Comanche or or anything. And I really have to tell me, I cannot stay in that vibration. That kills you. That makes your life suicide. Every morning I do the meditation, read A Course in Miracle, try to do my yoga. But first of all, it's the coffee. And then it went slowly better. But usually I thought, we grew up so disciplined, and you always think, at 8 o'clock I must have done all my yoga and my exercises. And then from 8 to 9, I must have perfect kitchen, la la la. And then I do my texts. And from 10 to 11, I do this.
Yeah.
And when I wake up in the morning, I think, oh, why am I here? Oh, no. There, I'm losing hours and hours. And at midday, I thought, why didn't you get your ass up and just do something? Do something. So I have different things. One is just that I give myself the time to comfort myself, to be on this world and take my time and understand that it's not easy for a soul like you or me to be here, and be kind to myself and just give it an hour more.
Mm-hmm.
Try to not think so German.
Yeah, I've tried to, for me, having to always be on the clock because of the nature of the work that I do. Getting up, I have to get up, I have to feed the animals, I have to make my lunch, I have to get the coffee, then I have to get my shower, then I have to dress up, then I have to drive to work, then I go to work, and I'm doing all the, So now that that's all gone, I've been just trying to see whatever I want to do. I do have to get up because I have 3 dogs that sleep on my head, and when they need to pee, they will step on my hair, they'll get me up.
Yeah.
And then I have to take them out and whatever. But aside from taking care of them because I have to, or else nobody else will, I've just been trying to just be very easy
Go with
with
the
it.
flow.
Yeah. No.
I also did the other thing. I had this book, Eat the Frog. And he says all the big people who made like Oprah or others who were very successful, they didn't care for their emotions. They had a plan and they just did it. So don't whine. And just start. And this is what I did too. I told myself I go at 7 o'clock in the morning with my stick into the wood for half an hour, and then I do my text. And I did it. In the first minutes, I was dying. But you know what? I felt fantastic after it. I
Oh,
did it.
good.
I felt fantastic. So I have 2 versions, and obviously no concept, no plan. I try this and that and this. Now I'm 58 years old. I still, when I die, I probably have the right system.
Oh, that's very sweet. That's very, very sweet. Are you finished writing? I know you've been working on a book. What's
Yeah,
happening
thank
with
God,
that?
thank God, thank God. Praise the Lord. Allah, Allah, Allah. It's finished, yeah. And it's because I was under contract with that book, and it's not spiritual. It was about some gangster meetings in 700 something, a historical book. And it was such a burden. I didn't want to write it anymore. and it was almost, and I had only 2, 3 months, 1 month. And then I really handed over to spirits. I said, "Do you write the book? Do you write the book?" And we went to the machine, and it, so it's copyright is, and it is in the bordel. All the gangsters, here where I live, we had a famous bordel. Our men, do you understand bordel or brothel?
Yeah.
With
Brothel.
prostitutes. So I
Yeah.
let go all gangsters into the brothel and make them whatever they want, and let normal people become prostitutes and get out. And it was just fun, I was writing whatever I want. Yeah. But it's finished, and a day later, when I finished the last sentence, a day later, the spirit said, "And now we write a book." So
Hmm. So you're doing another book?
the spiritual, this one.
That's
Right.
interesting.
Yeah, and I'm happy. Yeah, that makes
Oh,
me
good. I think that's so it's so good to point out the difference, right? So you're doing something that you are forced to do versus doing something
yeah,
that you
really
love
want.
to do. And I think that is what all humanity needs to think about seriously.
Mm-hmm.
What are you spending your time doing? Are
Yeah.
you spending your time doing things you must do, or are you
Mm-hmm.
spending time doing things that you want to do? And you
Mm-hmm.
can do it. You can make a living. You
Yeah.
can do things that you enjoy, but we've got such a program. No, you have to do it this way, where you went to school to do this. So why aren't you working in that field? Or, you have a degree in this, you should be doing that. No, everything has to go out the window, and it has to start within you, right? I mean, isn't that where true joy comes from?
Yeah.
So
That's it.
that's my 2 cents on it, darling. That's what I have to say. So before we started chit-chatting, I sent you to your cupboard because we're always talk a little bit about our mugs in this show. And my mug was a gift from some students. It's a little small teeny mug, and I use it for my afternoon coffee. If I get the taste for a little bit of coffee and I take a biscuit with my mom or a biscotti or something, this is my afternoon coffee mug.
Beautiful, beautiful. We have such a strong relationship to our mugs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have three. I brought three.
Cool.
My mom, this makes me get out of the bed. I have it for years. I love the color. I love the little flowers, and it's my comfort and my wake up call.
I
And
love that.
so this is just, yeah. This is a mug. I bought 12 of them, or 16, to make a spiritual circle in Frankfurt.
Oh,
And the whole circle didn't work at all. Only crazy people came, and they were in my house, and then did crazy things on the toilet. And I don't want to get back this, but I still have those mugs, and they always remind me on my failed spiritual circle with the crazy people. But I can't throw it away. It's still good. They don't break. They don't break. I have 16 of. I want to have a new one. But this is one I really, really love. This is for a takeaway coffee, and
yeah.
we have them everywhere. So to reduce plastic. And this is so wherever you go in Germany, and you get, not everywhere, but if you go and have your own mug, you get the coffee for €1 cheaper.
Oh, well,
So
that nice.
yeah, that's really nice. This is a big movement over here, and I like the color. I like the color. Yeah.
Very beautiful. Very beautiful.
So those are my
So
mugs.
this is a spirit-led group, event. Everything is led by the Spirit. Have you been getting any nudges to channel while we've been talking? Just
I thought it
asking.
might come. They are always happy to talk. They use every chance.
I'm
Um,
getting like a big
yeah.
swirl over here, which is where it usually activates for me.
I forgot to say something. This is one of my college blogs. I have 3 or 4 where I work with the spirits. Of course, every morning when my mind is working, um, we combine our agenda, or we talk together. What do we do today? What is important? And for a long, long time, I surrendered completely, but I had always migraine. So I stepped a little back. And also, it is always important not to lose yourself. So we talk with this. This is just, I thought I should add that.
Well,
Everybody who listens to himself or in his inside will be guided. And I think this is the only advice I can give in the morning. Try to connect the spirits. They help you come through the day. They usually have good ideas, sometimes totally different ideas as you would like to spend the day, but it is always worth to listen to them. They can be from tremendous help and better organized than I am. Okay, shall we chill? Okay, they must build up my energy. I'm not prepared, so I might shake a little bit.
I've
They,
already started shaking. I'm
yeah,
already
you're
started.
you're the only other channel I know that shakes too before channeling.
Yeah, well, at least we know each other.
And you know who does that too? Is Bashar. I saw Bashar slipping in that guy, and he had the same jerks and moves and and I thought, oh, thank God,
Ah,
you're not alone.
we're in good company.
Yeah. So let me see. Okay, not right. They have no respect towards my hairdress. I know it looks weird. I understand everybody who thinks that looks weird. It's a huge, huge job to surrender. Okay. Oh, they're there. Okay. Let's see who's talking. My beloved beings, we are a group of non-physical teachers. You have heard that term before, maybe. There are spirits calling themselves Ananda. We are, according to them, um, a similar group. And of course, we are very good friends. So when we have the chance to talk to people like you do, to you, we of course think about a sweet um, bonbon to bring through. As you all survive this planet with the help of some little sweets. We know sweets are not good for your teeth. That's a common struggling for the words. Uh, common wisdom, we would say. But for your soul, for your surviving, for your challengings, it is sometimes just nice to have a little sweet in between. Everybody of you needs from time to time a little song that makes him happier. He needs a little joke that somebody tells him, or sometimes he just needs a nice, beautiful, well-tasting piece of cake. At least she is always easy to be comforted with a piece of cake. We want to give you now a spiritual bonbon, a little glimpse of what is possible for you. You all live in kind of a shell. You live in a dense world, and sometimes the clouds over your heads tend to be quite dark. And also, you are spiritual beings, and also, you are well trained in meditation and subliminals and affirmations and all the holy books. You are so well trained, and yet, like this being, like Anne Marie, maybe, you have times when you feel it's too much, the corona, the financial situation, the failure of some manifestations that you did so diligent and so colorful, and it does not show up, and your mood is dropping. We want to tell you that in those times when you are praying and seemingly don't get an answer, we find always ways to give you a little sweet. You always think the answer must come from inside as a vision, as a blessing, as an explosion of joy and ascension immediately, and you are enlightened. But you know that you are projecting into the outside world. And you can sometimes comfort yourself through the outside world, and it comes to you like a friend, like on Facebook, a post. And it is, you will have the feeling it's coming from outside, but it's coming from yourself or from us. So we are in a non-stop exchange from the morning to the night, around the clock. And when you have the feeling you give up, you don't see the light anymore, we are in a constant exchange with your soul, and we do find the sweets. We do find the little comfort. We do find the little candle in the night. And sometimes it needs a tiny little candy, a little sugar drop, and your mood is lifted, and you go back into your confidence. We want to tell you that, excuse me, we want to tell you that we are here uh, to tell you that you are not failing. Many spiritual people think they are failing in this or that way. They didn't make the living. Everybody says it's so easy. I can manifest this, I can manifest that. You have a power, you can do anything. And then comes your next bill and you don't know how to pay it, and you think you failed. You're not as good a spiritual as others are. But in the moment when you think you fail, you only think it. And it's only a thought. And the thought is not helpful. And know that we are a big team around each of you to try to reverse those thoughts immediately and bring you a sugar drop. We want to assure you that when you are manifesting something or using your power and don't see results right away, it's for a reason. Maybe there is an aspect that wants you to overcome some negative structures in your mind. Maybe the other person that is related to your prayer is not ready, has to go another way. Maybe the poverty you see yourself in will show you that you are on a wrong path, but will open immediately another doorway, just have to look at. So we want to ban that thought of failure out of your minds. You are doing awesome. You are doing wonderful. The thing that you are there is a huge compliment to your soul. And you need to fail a little bit. You need to have some fights or some struggles, because that's what we expect when you go to big theater play, when the hero is a hero from the beginning. What's that for a theater play? Where is the development? Where is the point? You would never pay for a theater play or a cinema where everything is fantastic from the moment all actors were born, and there's no tension, no challenge, no adventure. A part of you also came to have the adventure. You need sometimes your valleys. You need sometimes to fall on your nose to learn to stand up again. It's all for a purpose. And you are blessed being, because this ride you are on is never boring. This ride you are on has so many hidden surprises around the next corner. And then there is us standing with the cake and the sugar and the sweet melody full of surprises. So don't allow yourself the word failure. See it as you are a famous, well-paid actor in the best movie from Steven Spielberg. You run around through the desert, find no water, and suddenly, an old, an old, we don't find the word. Somebody brings you water, or you find the oasis. You are all super expensive, well-paid, famous actors in a Steven Spielberg movie. So take it with humor. No, it will all have an end someday. Sooner as you think. You will have glorious times in the spiritual awakening. You will see so many light. But it would have been boring if you had seen it right from the beginning. You wouldn't have incarnated. That was boring. Beloved beings, you are doing good. You are pretty. You are fascinating to watch for us. What you consider as failing is for us an exercise and a challenge. How do we bring that guy back on track? What do we show him? What kick in the butt does he need? Shall we send him his angry mother to scold him, to make his bed? Or shall we make that ugly girlfriend to call him, to bring him another thought in the mind? So it's all adventure exercises, fun. We are big scene writers. Your subconscious is a scene writer. Your oversoul are scene writers. And we love you so dearly for everything you do. We love you so dearly, our darlings. So, and know when the night is very dark, and know when you're losing hope, we might stand hidden behind a tree, or hidden behind your big pillow, or behind the chair, and we are sending you a little sweet to make your life a little better. You are all wonderful beings, wonderful beings. We love you very much and speak to you at another time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now you.
Okay, your screen is frozen. You know your screen is frozen though.
Oh no. Oh, what can we do?
Yeah. I don't know. I have no idea. I think we should try and connect again, maybe, just so you wake up again.
Yeah, because this is not a nice frozen picture. Okay.
I've seen worse.
My whole tablet falls down. So where can I get back?
Okay, so we're going to take a break and come right back, okay?
Okay, then.
Oh, there you are. You're alive.
Here I
Yay! It's
am.
so funny. I was getting such pops in my ears. My body was shaking. So, like, all the energy is just so prevalent. So, you want I guess I could channel something short and sweet. We'll see.
Yes,
Some
please.
light language, right?
Ah, wow.
Yeah.
That's something special.
Asu shase tetrekaye turmatere kia turuye o tariketinia tutushusa itara yuma ninure ye tuturuka e sucha uturaki minya tuturu ninia atara ute usosho atu hukuta tarameye utara matre asu shote akuma skash kutore yatas shuba e rakita hira matare umadakariatu tiriasu siashusu te chachuku taramatse ture ete tarake atu soshakata. It cracked me up. I'm sitting here like, jumping shit.
That's so funny.
The giggles are Anne Marie giggling, but I have a feeling that they're laughing too. You know, they're
Yeah,
joking about what's going on because it's kind of funny.
they're so joyful spirits.
Yeah, I think very joyful. They have a good time. I don't. I've always channeled like fun spirits. I guess.
Yeah.
Like I know. Like I
Right.
know. What the heck? I don't know what I'm doing. It's funny. It's
Yeah, yeah.
really funny.
Hmm. Yeah, it's enlightening when you listen, you get that energy, you know. There's
Yeah.
the energy. Uh-huh.
It's so funny. Count your blessings, right? Count your blessings. Well, it's been just a joy having you, Annegret. Thank you for that beautiful channeled message from your new guides, new group of guides. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
And is there any place where people who are looking for your work can find it?
I have a homepage, spiritsofannagretha.com. You
Okay.
can find me on YouTube, always Spirits of Annegret, and on Facebook. Well, we are changing a little bit. I'm now working with Matei.
Mhm.
Matei, I've seen from Switzerland.
Okay.
We are making everything new,
Nice.
almost. But it
So we'll
takes.
look for those changes. And thank you so much for coming on this little Get Up and Go show. And I hope everybody enjoyed our time. Please
Yeah.
like, share, and subscribe so that the world can see what spectacular love and joy and messages of encouragement are out there for everyone. So thank you again, Annegret.
Was a pleasure. Thank you. Bless you.
Oh, wonderful.